Hey guys, how's it going? Coach James here. We're in the garage gym today, and I wanted to go over probably one of the most foundational bodyweight exercises you'll see in almost every workout. It's the push-up. So I want to give you guys a how-to guide on how to get your perfect push-up, and give you guys a roadmap if you're not quite there just yet. Give you guys some tips and tricks on how to eventually get to your perfect push-up or get multiple reps of a push-up. So let's get started with the setup. Now with the setup, we want to make sure we're getting a good high plank position. So we want to make sure that our joints are nice and stacked. So always think shoulder should be in line with that wrist. So as we're going down to the floor, I want to make sure that that shoulder is right over my wrist. Same on both sides, almost identical. Now here's the second step. We're going to engage the lower body. So I'm going to flex one leg out, so I'm squeezing that quad, I'm squeezing that butt as hard as I can, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Now here's the third step, okay? We're going to pull the floor towards you. Now by doing that, as I'm pulling down the floor, my upper back and my lat muscles are engaging. Now if you think about the shoulder, it's a very mobile joint, it's a ball and socket joint. So when we're doing presses, we need to be nice and stable. So that's why I'm pulling the floor and engaging that upper back. You should almost feel like a tightness right here when you do that. That's when you know you're nice and secure and that shoulder is in a safe position, okay? Now once you have that, let's go over the pressing motion. Now I see all the time people are pressing in this T position. The reason why that's bad on the shoulder is it's just gonna close off that shoulder joint, and it's gonna have your ball and socket just rubbing together. It's not gonna feel great. And eventually down the road, the more push-ups you do like that, you're gonna face some shoulder injury. So what we're gonna do is we want to bring those elbows slightly down, almost like you're trying to make an arrow between your elbows and your head. So right about here is good. We're not close in, we're not all the way out, we're right in the middle. This is a good safe position. It creates space in that shoulder joint, and then also helps engage your upper back a little bit more. So as we're getting through, let's get to our good high plank position. So shoulders over the hands, total body tension. I'm pulling myself down, so nice and controlled pull, and then I'm gonna press and reach away. So pull yourself into it, and then press away from there, okay? Now if you're not quite there yet, that's totally fine. It's okay to do push-ups off your knees, but I want to show you guys the right way how to do push-ups off your knees. I always see all the time what people call quote-unquote girl push-ups, where they're doing push-ups with their butts kind of like sitting back like that. Now, you're not really going to get too far with that style of push-up just because it's not translating, it's not similar to how it is off your toes. So instead of having your butt back, we're going to go hips forward, okay? It's going to mimic the same position as we would be off the toes. It's just a shorter lever on your body, which makes it a little bit easier. But again, you're still creating tension, you're still pulling the floor, you're still keeping that good elbow position as you're pressing from there, okay? So that's a good way to start. As you're getting better at that, as you're getting multiple sets of like 10 or 12 off the knees, then we can start progressing to the toes, okay? So here's a fun progression that I love to use with beginners when it comes to push-ups. Now, it's gonna get you comfortable with being on your toes and actually knowing how to set your brace and be comfortable pressing off of that position, but you don't have to press all the way up just yet. So it's called an eccentric push-up. So what we can do is start from that good high plank position, get everything nice and tight, like how we went before, but you're just gonna control the way down. So it's 4 count down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just reset from there, okay? Now you're working all the same muscles as you would as you press, but again, if you're not quite there yet, we're building the strength first so we can eventually get to our perfect push-up. So, like I said, and this also helps as well if you have shoulder pain when it comes to push-ups. This is gonna help you stay controlled and keep that ball and socket joint nice and centered and stable as we're going through. So, again, do anywhere from 3 to 5 count, whatever works for you on this really, but 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you're advanced, you can just press up from there. That's also another way, if you're advanced with push-ups, that you can make it more challenging by adding a slow eccentric and then pressing up from there. So those are multiple ways you can regress and progress depending on your fitness level when it comes to push-ups. So try those 2 tips. I hope this video helps you guys.